So, you just got off Tutorial Island, you just started in the world that is called Gillinor, but you don't know what kind of account you want to make. There's so many different options. You have a main, like this guy. You have a hardcore Iron Man, it says, because look, his name is Hardcore Monkey. You have this random person that's just walking around, probably discovering the world just like you probably are right now. And then you hear about something called a skiller. What is a skiller? What is the concept, the embodiment of a skiller? Well, very simply put, it's someone who equips this. The very first step is equipping their training bow or their short bow. I'll show the training bow at least in this part of the intro. I'm sorry. Anyways, yeah, you could be this guy, you could be that guy, you could be this guy, anybody, but you choose to be someone that does none of that and instead decides to forget his combat or his or her combat identity and decides to do maybe rune crafting only, construction only, flitching only, crafting only. You get the idea. I'm going to be showing you all of that, how to do it from step 1 all the way to step, I don't know, 10,000, and not the shortest way possible because I guess to end the intro here, we're going to be going on a path where you begin the first step into a path of 10,000. Yes. That's the intro, by the way. Good evening, everyone. This is going to be the start of episode 3. I was just going to apply the feedback that I got about talking too much, maybe, and at least testing something out here. Just doing small bite-sized clips of like maybe 30 seconds to a minute long. What we're going to be doing is just following the original plan of agility here. And I'm going to just be doing, like I said, different highlights, right? Let's just test out how that works. And then based on the feedback of not only this episode, but last episode, we'll see if we could strike a balance somewhere in terms of how we want to do the actual content presentation, right? Like, I'm going to see what people like, what people dislike, and we'll just do things certain ways until I get it just right, like Goldilocks, right? Anyways, what follows after is just going to be all of Draynor, right? We're just going to do all Draynor training up to 20 like I originally planned. We're going to do a bunch of questing this episode, so we're going to be showing like quest completed, like Sea Engineer, quest complete, and we'll see how that goes. Anyways, recording over. Oh, and before I start the agility grind, sorry for the loudness there. I just wanted to show you guys the inventory setup, how I would do early game agility. So as you remembered, I got the like 10 mil donation last episode, and that got me the ability to buy these stamina potions and some starter food, which I would consider the best one for the rest of the series, to be honest with you. We'll get to what the best in slot one is. Actually, I'll just spoil it now. It's purple sweets. So if you have a lot, and I mean a lot of money in this game, purple sweets is probably your best bet for best in slot skiller food. You're just rich boy. You got like so much money to spend. You're like, certain people in this world that have money to spend. You just blow it all on purple sweets. But for right now, we're not there yet. We will be maybe eventually one day. And for right now, it's just chocolate cakes. So that's what I'm going to be using for agility. And after this clip or after this reel, we're going to just be doing the typical sea engineer thing. 5 agility, 10 agility, first mark of grace, quest complete, quest complete. That's this whole episode, okay? I'm going to stop the yapping and just do it, right? Just do it like Nike, okay? There's 2 agility. We just got 2 agility, the first lap of the agility course that we're doing. Now we're just probably waiting on maybe 5 agility, like little milestone levels, right? Like to, show the progress and stuff like that. And also, what we're also probably waiting on are 1 marks of grace, the first one, and potentially, which would be super amazing if it happened, is probably the squirrel pet, right? Like if we get that early game, I'm telling you, like that is just a good omen. That is just going to be the very thing that makes me continue wanting to play. Or how do I phrase this? It's just gonna make me want to continue playing the account. That's what I meant to say. So we're gonna keep going. As you can see, 3 agility. This is nothing. This is like baby stuff, right? We're gonna just keep going. So yeah, I'll cut it off here. Keep to the or stick to the rule of bite-sized clips and stuff like that. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. Anyways, recording done. So just before I lose the notification there, it seems that we've generated our first mark of grace. It clearly gave me the like C engineer, which I should probably find a way to implement and make you guys hear too. The task completed, quest completed. But I guess this will suffice for now. Any sort of notifications will be sent to the clan chat here, as you can see. But I also get the notifications, so that'll be always nice to see if it's like a pet drop or any sort of drop in general. But yeah, just wanted to show and keep my word about highlights and reels of the progress as I make it. Yep. Anyways. Here's the second mark of grace. These things are gonna slowly add up over time as I collect them, but obviously the goal is to get enough for full graceful, according to the philosophy I had from episode 2, where I said something like, oh, I need to have at least all the skilling outfits. That's a good way to at least artificially make progress, even though that's not going to be the most preferred route or the most efficient, right? Like, I think if at some point down the line I do extend this into the far distant future, we're going to need skilling outfits as early as possible. So it's best to get them out of the way now, and under the impression too that they're like, little bit-sized contributions to maybe the pet or whatever, right? But just thought I'd give that sort of insight in that, like, format of small bit-sized clips that most people have been telling me is like the standard for sort of, series like this. By the way, Night Agility, awesome. So yeah, I just thought I'd give that little bit of insight. Anyways, third mark of agility there. I don't know how many more we have to go for full graceful, but I do know it's in like the 200 range. So we're gonna try to work towards that to the best of our ability. Not all at once, of course, because I do have the 500 total level challenge that I do know, at least to the best of my ability, I'll try and get close to within the 48-hour time period given to me. Because I am quite the gamer. So yeah, we'll see when that happens. Anyways. Just a quick update, guys. This is the fifth mark of grace. So recall how I said I'll be doing milestone levels, which now that I look at it, I missed out on 15 agility. It is what it is. I think I said, verbally and probably subconsciously, I was going to wait for 20 agility instead, but neither here nor there. It is what it is. But I did want to highlight the fifth mark of grace, which I guess in fives or in tens, it makes it easier to stay motivated towards the full graceful grind, which is the whole point of the early game agility that I unfortunately cannot commit to because of the challenge that my clan leaders put on me. But we'll do our best. We'll do our best, and I think I will stop at somewhere like 30 agility, because according to the guide here, that is the unlocking level for Varrock, and Varrock takes a long time to go from 30 and skipping Canifis to go right into Falador. Like, you have, as a skiller, now have made your first sacrifice in the quote unquote snowflake category to commit to level 30 level, XP, and then go right to 50, if that makes sense. But gonna stop yapping because this is all an experiment for how I want to move forward with the series, if that makes sense. Anyways, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get 20 agility, which was one of the milestone goals I wanted to get. I'll just be talking a little bit in between until I get it. To also discuss something in terms of the path, there it is, 20 agility. So, as I stated earlier, I kind of wanted some early game levels for agility such that I don't have to spend too many resources. I'm down to my last like 800k in terms of like the budget that my clan leader Hunter gave me. So I kind of want to make use of it to the best of my ability from whatever remains so that I can also get into the buyables like fletching, like crafting. And this is part of the video where I might spend a little bit more time, because the experiment is to do a 30-second, 1-minute segment bites, right? And basically my point is that you know, uh that 10 mil donation left me thinking that, like I said, if people down the line want to donate, which is completely optional, you do not have to do this. I will find my way to make my own money. That's why I like stated in episode 0 Foundation that like it's going to be like a sort of bronze man mode account. Like I can do things that a quote unquote main can do, but that is where the people, the audience, right? It's kind of like something where because later down on the line, I do want to make this my sort of living. That was my original intention. I mean, who doesn't? I kind of maybe even laid that out in episode 0. And to do that, I, have to think about things like, I mentioned like starting social media accounts. I have to think about different avenues to advertise this very project to those who wish to not watch it, watch it. And in doing so as well, like I was thinking about like opening up a Patreon. So this is where I will extend what we're supposed to be just covered in merely just episodes 0 and 1 about different avenues you guys want me, the ways you want to support me if you even want to, right? Like everything is optional. I should have probably stated that in episode 0, but I'll take this moment to extend the like experiment, or break it rather, to bring this up. So without spending any more time, there's one last thing I want to show you in terms of like progress or an idea that just came. Do want to take this time to find an alternative to the Cursed Goblin Bow, but unfortunately I do not have GP for that, so I'm going to go back to my bank here. I have literally 700k left to my name. I should probably enable placeholders now that I think about it. So I'm going to go to my handy dandy plugins here, make sure anti-drag is off. That's what allows me to not do the following, which I'll show you later in terms of settings. But here you go. Like, let's say you accidentally do this. You want to put it back in place. Good. Awesome. And now if you want to see the settings that prevent it from happening while it's enabled, this part that's called drag delay will prevent 50,000, I think, not server ticks, at least I don't think that's what it is. It's 50,000, it'll tell you when you hover over it. Yeah, client ticks. So it's basically what you're sending as input right here, that even if you, let's say, accidentally left click, like, let's say, like something like this happens where it forces the left click for you. I have discovered my own personal method that's not foolproof or not completely safe, but in the event, like, okay, because I keep wanting to show you guys the placeholder thing, which I now will enable. Let's say you accidentally have like left click placed. You have left clicked right about ready to like let go as your input that you will send as output to the server. What I figured out is that you can actually like Alt Tab. And in this case, it won't happen because I'm probably going to a tab that is using the thing. So if anything, I will just, for example, for the sake of argument, do something very quickly like this. But in holding, I drag my cursor out, and then I think Control D. Yeah, Control D, which in Windows, for people who use the Windows operating system, you kind of want to learn your shortcuts so that when you send input through left click, it is negated by input from your keyboard. I don't think RuneScape even supports, as a game at least, multiple inputs. That's why they have like very strict rules regarding AHK, which is a big problem in the community, especially in the PvP community. And one of the things, now that I'm here too, that I bring this up, I'm again, I'm sorry for the yapping. It's necessary, I promise. One of the things I wanted to bring up too is that somewhere down the line, I kind of want to get fashionscape that many skillers probably wouldn't even consider grinding for. And one of those is, LMS halos, right? Because one of the most recent scares in the community that I remember was that they were planning on reworking Castle Wars to the point where if a rework for a combat minigame was in order, that combat minigame may or may not come with like loot crates, which they eventually did. Like Castle Wars did get that, but the main fear was that for accounts like mine that I'm currently just starting fresh, skillers, we might have to do combat, and therefore we're locked out of Castle Wars Halos. But to my knowledge, I think we still might have access to it, so we should be good. And anyways, to cut off the yapping and to basically do the final part of what I, intended to doing, two things. One, extend. So on the topic of Fashionscape, let's get the Cursed Goblin Bow. Let's get like three. I don't care. Let's even get the Cabbage Cape because if I want to rock a free-to-play, skill cape, quote unquote, that's what I call it. And then let's get some of these teleport cards, which to even use, I might have to destroy here and get the book, actually, the Chronicle. And I think in that whole episode when I was buying teleports and stuff like that, don't know if they're in my bank. I'll have to double check right now. They're probably not. Yeah, I'll just teleport right now to Grand Exchange after I'm done recording this, because you can actually buy the teleport cards without having to do this like every time and fill your inventory. Like you can actually buy them as like stackable items. That's what makes them tradable. Because I assume in the game code somewhere, they made something called teleport card and then like teleport card with a space bar to denote the difference between a singular buy like this or stackable buy, if that makes sense in geek terms. Anyways, that's about it for this segment. I just wanted to give some insight now that I have 20 agility, where we're gonna go next, which I think I said in episode 2 was going to be like a bunch of questing and stuff like that. So I'll get to that part, and you'll start seeing like C engineer-esque highlights. Recall that in episode 0, I said that I kind of want to emulate but not be one-to-one copies of various content creators so that I can like use their style, use their flavor, but not 100%, right? And you'll see that all throughout this series because while I did want to, kind of do my own flavor, my own take, which in this case might be the yapping, some people might support, some people might dislike, and that's part of the experiment, right? Like I just want to see where we stand as me as content creator, you guys as audience, as I've been saying numerous times, to see where we can strike a balance with this stuff, okay? So I officially end this recording. All right, guys. This segment is probably going to cover that very thing I was talking about. Where remember I said like you could buy stackable teleport cards. People make a business out of this stuff, okay? Where they'll trade their time to give you a stackable equivalent to the very thing that you've been wanting to get physically, one by one, of course, right? And this is what I'm talking about. Like this is where I found it. This is how I discovered it. I don't know when they brought this into the game, but it's here nonetheless. And yeah. As for this thing, Ring of Life, I don't know why it hasn't bought yet. It's weird. It's a pretty common item, at least I would like to think. So I'm gonna try again to see if I can put in an offer for it because there might be times where I have to go to the wilderness, which, let's be honest here, like it's inevitable. Like I was thinking, to keep within the theme of doing things differently. Suppose one considers taking a path of only rooftops. That shit's boring, man. Like you're gonna exhaust yourself. I'm even like dreading this 30 to 50, route that I'm gonna be taking and stuff like that. So I think to alleviate that, I'm going to probably do rooftops until I get my first graceful set, and then you'll see. I don't want to spoiler it or spoil it, but you'll see that I will do something to this graceful set that not many people would consider. It's actually something skillers can do. It's probably really cool that you can do it, and that's all I'll say on that end to not spoil it or give it away. But as a result of that, I was going to also probably consider, at upon achieving that, of course, right? Let's say I want to do wilderness agility, which spoiler may come. And to go back to episode zero's philosophy, you will have every right to spoil this. You have every right to, spy on me, whatever you want to do. And, as a result, I'm putting basically myself at risk. I'm basically saying, hey guys, you see me on this world. What do you think I'm on that world for? And you figure out and you put the pieces together. I think that will make anybody who wants to see a live progress of the series have like a reason to probably spy on me. Like I don't care. Like I want the spotlight on me. I'm asking for people to come visit me so I don't get bored and feel like I'm like a bot or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to get you guys involved, and that's the whole point of this segment. But to also lay the groundworks or foundations of so I send, I'm gonna go on a massive questing spree, and to do that, I have to start with maybe all the free to play, work my way to some early game members ones, like basically look for the waterfall quest equivalent, so to speak, of what that would look like for skillers. And a couple come to mind if you allow me to yap a little bit. So Jungle Potion, right? That gives you like some Herblore XP. That opens up the way to even things like Taibo, One Eye Trio, whatever, where you can complete it, but you must not accept the rewards. Otherwise, the count is dead. The count is over. Other examples include, I think, like Sea Slug that gives like crazy amounts of fishing XP. On the topic of fishing XP, we have um the very quest themed around fishing, excuse me, fishing contest, right? Like this stuff is easy. All you really need is 10 fishing, right? And I'll get that in like Draynor or something. I just gotta make sure I'm like on a forestry world maybe so that the wizards don't aggro to me, the dark wizards that can kill you and stuff like that. On the note of forestry too, like I can AFK stuff while I edit stuff. I've been trying to think about how I want to do that. Because I do have some IRL stuff, like I said, that I want to do that I can hopefully like AFK and like make the series work itself, if that makes sense. So like one of the big things I want to do, not right now because I'm on a 48-hour time limit, of course. One of the things I want to do right now is like AFK stars, find an AFK quote unquote equivalent to fishing, which spoiler alert might be in not this episode, not the next, could be like 5 episodes from now. AFK fishing for me is actually fishing trawler because if you think about it, you do the activity up until you are quote unquote good to go, and at that point you'll earn towards the fishing outfit, which is something I mentioned in this episode as like a sort of theme or goal I want to achieve. All skilling outfits, every single one of them. I don't care where you get it or how you get it, so long as it doesn't violate this part of the build, right? So yeah, that's part of it. Yapping over. I'm gonna just go get started on questing and do the experiments. Quest completed. Quest completed. You'll see what I'm talking about when I do it. Anyways, yeah. Peace out.